Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to load drinks into a Royal Merlin IV drink vending machine. This video is going to be useful for operators who are using models 650, 768, and 548. I'm going to be using this Royal 650 live front behind me in this tutorial. This is also going to be useful for the round front drink machines where your selection buttons are down the right hand side. Now, I ask, if you find this video useful, please like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Let's get started. The Royal 650, this machine has actually got 10 selections. This is selection button 1. Everything goes from right to left, from top to bottom. So we got selection 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when you go back to the bottom row, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, most configurations of Royal 650 are set where button 1 and button 2 actually hold double the capacity than the other columns. And I'll get to that when we open the door up and show you how to load the actual products in there. Now, on a Royal 650 live front, you actually have two windows where you can physically show the product that you're going to be vending for those selections. As opposed to a drink machine that's got the selection buttons down the right hand side that you rely on the label to indicate which button is for which product, live fronts have the advantage of having the actual live product shown. Now, to get to these, there's actually a panel on the inside that you remove and then you place your product in the holders. There's a little tip I wanted to pass on to new vendors for this. If you're doing bottles, leave the product in the bottles. The customer can see the color of the product, but this is very difficult for us to puncture. Now, when it comes to 12-ounce cans or 16-ounce cans or anything in a can that's going to be carbonated, you want to empty the product out. Open it up, pour it out, consume it, wash the can out so that when it's sitting in the display window, you don't run the risk of puncturing the can and having syrup spill or soda spill all over the machine. You have a very big mess to clean up. Now, to get to that again is that you have to remove a panel. So the panel needs to be removed inside. Open the door up. And your two panels are located here on the right-hand side of the machine. There's a little latch here opened up, and then you just grab these panels and lift up. Out come the panels. I'll put this over here. Now, selection 1 is for our 16.9 ounce bottle. I'm going to place this in. Make sure the product is showing towards the front. And I'm going to take the 12-ounce can and place it in. And make sure the label is showing towards the front so the customer can read it. And once you have everything loaded, you're going to put your panel back on. This latch here, this goes in. That's locked down. And now we have our product shown in the front here, like this. Now, once you've made your decision on where your products are going to go into which button, you then need to actually physically load the machine. What you're going to do is open the door, and here you're presented with the actual columns on this Royal 650. Now, on Merlin 4s, it's a front-back loader. 650 actually has 12 columns, 10 buttons, 12 columns. Button 1 is controlling 2 columns, button 2 is controlling 2 columns, and then every selection button after that is doing just 1 column. So we've got 6 columns up front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to have these handy little stickers indicating which selection buttons are tied to what. And then in the rear, we've got columns 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, how does that correlate to our button? So button 1 will load this column and the column in the back. So we need to load the same product. Button 2, same thing as button 1. The front and rear column needs to be loaded with the same product. Now, button 3, we just load into the front column here, 4, 5, 6. And then in the back here, we've got 7, 8, 9, 10. So button 1 is going to be our bottled drink. Now, on a Merlin IV drink machine, when it's a bottle product going in the front column or closest to you, you always want to take the bottle and have it with the cap facing the front or facing you. when it goes into the rear column, you're always going to have the cap facing the rear or the bottom of the bottle facing you. Now there are diagrams on the inside of the inner doors on these machines, but a lot of times if you bought a used machine, this may be faded. So to know, if it's a bottle, front columns, caps face the front, rear columns, caps face the rear. Now to load the columns, I urge you to load the rear columns first and then load the front columns. So on selection button 1, we're going to load the product, take the product, load it in. I just drop the product down. Grab my next product. Next product. I've just put in 3 bottles. So say I can load the front column. Front column, cap faces the front. Here's 1, 2, and 3. And here I would just continue to add the bottles in there and stagger them all the way up. They're ready to go. Now on a 12-ounce can of this site, because of the height of the can, we were actually able to get 2 cans per column. So we're almost double the capacity of a bottle. We can actually get double the amount of cans in there as we do for bottles per selection. So when we load the cans are going to go in like so, with the bottom of the cans facing you. It doesn't really matter if it's going in the rear column where the tab is facing. Out of courtesy to your customers, and this will go along to any drink machine, always put it where the bottom of the can is facing out. So when it slides down the chute, there's a good chance that when it hits the bumper or the flap, it will hit the bottom of the can and not the pull tab. It's kind of a courtesy to your customers. So to load these, I'm going to take the first can and the second can. I'm going to load the rear column first. So pull tab's facing the rear. I reach in, drop that can in, grab my next 2 cans. There it goes. And my next 2 cans, I'm going to bring these to the front with the rear of the can facing out. That can goes in. Next can in. And then here, I will continue to load all the way up to the top here. One of the nice features of the Merlin IV drink vending machine is the drop sensor. Underneath the chute, there is a sensor that will pick up the vibration of the product dropping on that chute. This acts as a guaranteed delivery system and as a sold out feature. Once the product drops in the chute, the vibration signal is sent to the control board. The control board then knows that a product has been vended and to issue change back to the customer if that's due. If nothing drops on that chute within, let's say, a 15-second window after the customer pressing the selection button, the control board will flag that selection as sold out and allow your customer to get another product or their money back. Another neat feature about that drop sensor is there's no need to prime your drink machine. Once you load your product in, you are ready to go. You can just close the door, lock it up, and be on your way. And that's basically it when it comes to loading your Merlin IV drink vending machine. Now, if you found this video useful, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, questions, or any ideas of videos that you would like to see in the future, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.